Thank you and welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey. Of course, you know this is the Daily Toast, and this is a Heart of a Simmer production. That's right. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Now, I'm kind of slow on the uptake of this water this morning. I had the pleasure of going down to Akron I was down there for maybe about 2 hours, sat down and was able to eat at my uncle's restaurant, and it feels so good to be able to say I sat down and ate in an establishment that's owned by somebody in my family. It was a powerful piece for me. A powerful piece for me, right? Because I'm constantly talking about nation building. I get to go and I get to see one of my uncles actually doing it. I walked into the place. I had two of my cousins working in the spot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's beautiful. So for those that are interested, it is called Louisiana's Famous Chicken, the best chicken in Akron. Now, I didn't eat the chicken, but my son and my nephew ate the chicken. One of my daughters ate the chicken, and the other one waited to get home, talking about, I'm hungry, and she ate the chicken. And the chicken, they say, is on point. Now, I had to perch. They serve breakfast all day. I had to purchase 61 Waterloo Road in Akron, Ohio. I had the perch, and it had a unique flavor, a unique. It's Louisiana based, so the seasonings were New Orleans style, and it was real good. I mean, I had the perch and the fish and grits. I had the macaroni and cheese. I had the coleslaw. I ate on my daughter's waffles. The waffles had like a corn type texture. It wasn't a hard crunchy. It was soft. It was thick. It was good. Let me tell you, family. So make sure, when you got these businesses, make sure that y'all supporting those family businesses and supporting those tribal businesses, right? Like I said, because I always talk about building tribes. Now, for those of you that know, I have posted. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can post it up on the timeline. Let's do it now. Because I have been collecting that ancestral information, and I did it wrong. So I got a whole list of ancestors up, and I want to share it. Matter of fact, I am going to share it. Let me go and see if they will allow me to post a picture on this. I mean, I might not be able to do it from the outside in, but y'all might be able to do it. I put up the list of ancestor. It's Cajun style. That's right. That's what it is, Cajun style. Shouts out to Miss Anna Borsick. Long time no see. Thank you for stopping in. So I'm going to finish this water up. We're going to do our toast. We're going to salute these ancestors. But the principle today is Imani, family. Imani, right? What is Imani? Come on, somebody out there that speak the language. What's Imani? That's what you call a pregnant pause, right? What's Imani? Imani is faith, okay? This is the principle of faith, family. We are in Kwanzaa season. I am hyped. This is our time of year. This is going to be the year that sets it off. Shouts out to Maui, right? Shouts out. All right. Today is Imani. Day of the week is Imani. For those who don't speak the language, the word is faith, right? The Maitic principle of the day is harmony. The M7, the principle for the kids today is trust. The color is red. The Hermetic law is gender. If you were born on this day and a male, you're Kwesi. If you was born on this day, female, you are a Kusua. All right? So let's look at some of the other principles that we got going on today. All right? So, for those that's looking for the principles, right? Because we got to try to look for the principles. I know y'all like, it's Sunday, brother. Tim, why are you up so early? I'm up early right now. Oh, thank you for the like, Ms. Maui. Those of you that's out there, please like and share, right? I'm up early today because first off, I got to take this car back. I rented a car, so I go to Akron. Second, I need to go and get my kids ready because we have the Umoja Kiramu over at Afrocentric Personal Development Shop. And I want to make sure that I'm there for that because I want to do some filming there. Because there's gonna be some information coming out about Kwanzaa. Shouts out to brother Anubis. Thank you for coming out, brother. The unsleeping one, right? It's approaching the time for you. Gonna have to get your phone because it's approaching the time for us to do this conversation about. I think it's a Star Wars movie that's coming out, right? The Last Jedi. We're going to have some discussion about that. And also, Brother Anubis is, just from the conversation we have, he's pretty in-depth in a lot of movies. Not just the science fiction piece, because he kind of let me know some information about John Wick. So we might need to put a show together and look at some movies, because I got my views and he gonna have his views, but he go a little bit more in depth with it. Like, for example, I did a short commentary about the movie Prometheus, how I didn't like it. Through what he said, he convinced me that I might need to go back and relook at the movie, and then also he let me know that there's an underlying current running through the movie. And I think it's from books or something. So maybe, Brother Anubis, you can enlighten us on that so that those that might be interested can follow that line, because this movie connects to the movie Alien. And of course, we know there's several Alien movies, and then the Alien movies connect with Predator, if I'm correct, right? So you got this long circle of movies that are out that are trying to make sense of that universe. But this is the issue. When we study creative writing, right? Creative writing goes off of something. And in creative writing, there is always a deeper message, family. And we need to start learning how to get those messages and start discussing those messages and start being able to either look out for the traps that they're telling us about or apply the wisdom that comes from the movies. All right, so from the emotional emancipation circles, African Center Cultural Virtue and Value System, in Wall of the Day, the value is Jom, a sense of honor, self-respect. In Akan is goodness of human nature. And in traditional Yoruba, attributes of good character, the word of the day is Oju Ona. Oju Ona. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. And that stands for originality. All right. Brother Nubis say correct. The particular universe is vast. That is, I never really like it when they focus too much on being on earth. Okay. So today we are on faith. And family, the piece is having faith where it's important to have it. Having faith on us, right? Having faith in us. Remember, the principles start from the inside out. So first, we got to first pull in on the faith within us. All right? Because when we don't do that, we start dispensing this faith energy on other things outside of ourselves first, right? And if you get too old in doing this, you start, in a sense, losing life energy. You start giving away ashe, right? That's what we call a life energy. You start giving away this ashe to things that are not worthy of your life energy. So we have to start with ourselves, move out to our families, move out to our tribes. And we need to make sure we solidify the faith energy that we are giving, that ashe energy that we are giving out, that thought energy, that focus energy, that is the power behind Imani, right? We need to make sure that we start from the inside out so that we can fortify ourselves as we deal with this world, right? Because like I said, it's not good for us to start using these principles from the outside in. We got to start from the inside out, family. First, having faith in us and bringing those 5 parts of the being together. And I keep telling y'all about it, that intuition, that intuitional, that mental, emotional, spiritual, and that physical aspects of ourselves. Having faith in those. learning how to get those to work together so that we can empower ourselves to overcome all of the challenges that come with life. Life is about conflict. Life is a warrior training program, right? A lot of times we think we need to have warrior training, but each of us in our own way are going through our warrior training because we are constantly running into conflicts. And one of the key ways to make it through conflict is to have faith in yourself. Now, faith alone is not enough. We have to be willing to do the work. So this means that if you are an artist and you're looking for a job, this don't mean that you just have faith in your ability to draw. No, you sit down, you master, and you perfect that ability, right? And that will increase, and the faith that you have in yourself will only increase as your skill increase, right? We have a lot of people who just like to deal with empty faith. They want to just rest on the fact, right, that they have faith and faith is enough. Family, faith is not enough. Faith is the first step, right? Faith, because I have to have faith in myself so that I know that I'm able to learn. I'm able to master a certain skill. But then as we start mastering these skills, we become more able to express this faith energy. And what faith energy does, it moves from the inside of us to the outside of us, and it kind of pulls those experiences that we need and those opportunities that we need towards us, right? But when we focusing on the outside, right, what we're doing is we're giving other people our faith energy. We're giving them our ashe, right? And by focusing on them, we help them bring what they need into their life, which is cool if that individual is going to assist you. But if they don't give a damn about you, right? If you're not even in their view or in their circle, you're doing yourself harm. We as a people, we have been giving our faith away to other people. We have been giving our faith away to other organizations for free. Everybody else, every other culture, right, in a sense, charges for its faith. We're going to put faith in you, but it's going to cost you. One day I'm going to call you for a favor, and you're going to need to return that favor. You know what I'm saying? We got to get real about this. We the only ones playing games, but guess what I got? For the toast today, yes indeed. That's exactly what you're seeing. You see that ambrosia. Let me get a glass so that you can see me pour. I want y'all to see, because this is a young batch. I'm gonna use Miss Gina's glass. As y'all know, I have to apologize, family. I should have my props ready, right? So, I got one glass, and I have another glass, because I want y'all to see something. Okay. This right here, this is the green tea from which I make it. The ambrosia, right? So this green tea has been sitting. So it gets a little bit greener. I want y'all to be able to look at that. Y'all see that? So now this is the tea that I make it from. Now I add the honey. I let it sit. And it's young. So I'm going to take some of this to the caramel. This is going to be my contribution to the caramel. All right. This is the ambrosia when it's done. Now this is kind of young. You see the transformation? That's the ambrosia. That's the green tea. The ambrosia. That's the green tea. You let it sit. I can hear it over here bubbling. Man, all right. So, I'm gonna pour that in the blue glass so that we could do our toast. As y'all see, I have a very, very long list. So, we're going to run through the whole damn list. Alright? Now, it's going to be small in the book, so I'm going to have to keep a copy available so that I could pull it up and look at it when I need to. Alright? Good God Almighty. Alright. So, first, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We call on that great force. We call on that unifying power, that power from which all things come. All things. Remember that. All things come. Right? We toast that first ancestor. Right? We toast the ancestor that created each and every last one of us. We lift up our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator, and we say Ashe. From there, we move to our personal ancestors. Right? And man, do I have a list for y'all today. Y'all ready? We're going to run through it. This is all of our ancestors that people been sending in. And I appreciate you for sending them in. But let me go on and expand this screen just a little bit. Because this is, I got more than I thought I was going to get. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad, family. There you go. I gotta get it. I gotta drop it down. I don't know why my Zoom act backwards. Alright. Let's get it. Y'all ready? So, first, Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robin and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia and William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gatson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown, the second, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman-El, Normal X, Pet Mount Ra, Malika Fakir, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro Ector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxter Brothers, Mrs. Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Ms. Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, lost my spot. Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Randleman, Ms. Rendelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susan B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Lovita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Mel B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza, Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keach Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stober, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worlds, James Farmer, Marie Chavez, Leon Grace, Basie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howell, Frank and Russelyn Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, and Helen Fuller. Man, I'm telling y'all, I'm not playing. Shouts out to Joe Berry. Shouts out, oh, what's up, Miss Raleigh? Shouts out to my big sister Janice. How you doing? Shouts out to Joe Berry. Yeah, I drunk the water. You missed that part, but hey, so y'all just heard the list. Now, like I said, I'm running out of space. So if that means I have to get another half page, I'll do that. Right, family? Y'all keep the names coming in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep the names coming in. I'll make sure that the ancestors is toasted. And then after me, somebody else will make sure that the ancestors are toasted. Now, what's going to be live is one day we're going to be able to do, we're going to be somewhere and somebody just going to spout off all these names from memory. One of the young people that's watching, because our young people, that's how incredible they are, right? Because, like, you know, Gina here a little bit, Cleve here a little bit. Y'all might have kids around y'all here in a little bit. And then one day they just going to be like, well, hey, I didn't know which ancestor was mine, which ones wasn't. And they just going to start shouting out our ancestors, family. Oh, man, I got to. Who my big sister? My big sister is the teacher. So what else can I do? I have no choice. This is what I have to do, right? So we toast. I might be in Detroit. I gotta find out today. I might be in Detroit, somewhere around New Year's, right? I'll inbox you and let you know what's going on, right? So we lift up the glass to those ancestors, and like I said, if you have some ancestors that you want to be recognized, go and let me know, because like I said, if I have to get another page or another, you know what I'm saying? Because to get a space is about $10 or whatever. And to get a whole page is $100. So I got my first page full right now. I'm trying to wait for my little brother because he got some family that he want to put on here, and I don't want to make it so small that somebody that might be joining us for the toast won't be able to read it, right? Because I want people, because when we start recognizing each other's ancestors, what that does is that pulls us together. You understand what I'm saying? Ancestors pull us together. That's one of their powers, right? So by me saying these people's name every day, right, it brings me a little bit closer to some of the people out here, right? Because I'm saluting you. Ultimately, I'm saluting your DNA. I'm saluting what you come from, right? And I'm asking you to do the same. Spread the love, right? You know what I'm saying? It brings us a little bit closer. So we lift up the glass and we salute all those ancestors that we named and all those personal ancestors that we didn't name. And we say, Ashe. From their family, we move on to the present moment where our power lies. It lies in the moment. There's nothing in tomorrow. There's nothing in the past. What we have is right now. We took over the now from our ancestors. Now, just as our children will take over the now from us. The now is eternal and is constantly moving. And what we do now influences what our children will do tomorrow. So let's build. Let's make sure we're setting a model out so that they will be able to emulate and move our people to the level where we need it. You know we got issues, right? Y'all know that. Thank you, sir. So here we go. So we toast this moment, right? In this moment today, we already spoke about it. We are on Imani, right? This is Imani. This is a day of faith. And remember, all these principles, they become problematic when we start practicing them from the outside in. All our principles start with us. It starts in our personal homes. It starts in our hearts, and it vibrates outward. All right? The world will see how we practice it, right? But we have to do it first. We have to embrace it, and we have to put it in motion for ourselves first. Because the problem has been, once again, and I've said this about 15 times on this podcast today, we practice our principles backwards. We extend the gratitude. We extend the faith. We extend the purpose. We extend that to other folks before we start practicing it at home. And we need to start practicing at home. Family, we start with us first. Let's spend our money with us. Let's spend our time with us. Let's build with us. You know what I'm saying? Let's create with us. Let's have faith in us. You know what I'm saying? And then if there's any left over, then we could feed the strangers. You know, I know some of y'all be like, Brother Tim, that's mean, but that's how everybody else is doing it. You know what I'm saying? You don't find it strange that, let me give you a perfect example. I know I jumped off the now, but family, please listen to me. Every organism needs blood, needs some type of juice to take the life force throughout the body. For us as human beings, it's blood. And for a majority of animals that we eat, it's blood, right? Now, when the blood stops flowing in an organism, that organism dies. Why? Because the organism is not getting the nutrients, is not getting the air, you know what I'm saying? Because all that is pressed into the blood and is not getting the life force. You know what I'm saying? And some of us have been in situations where we have noticed people whose body still was working. It was still producing air. It still was doing nutrients, but that life force wasn't there, right? So we seen different states of this. Now, what does this have to do with our community, Brother Hatim? What is the blood flow of our tribes and our communities? I need y'all to really think about that. What is the blood flow? It's the resources. This is why Ujamaa is so important. Cooperative economics, because the blood flow of the nation, the blood flow of the tribe, the blood flow of the family and the individual, when we start looking at it as a group, is the money, is the resources that we're moving amongst ourselves. Now, what is it called when if I was to sit right here, a bullet was to come through this window that I'm pointing at over here and hit me right here? What would happen right here? What would start to happen? My body would start bleeding. It's called hemorrhaging. Bleeding. God, I can't say the word. These lips, boy. Thank God for African lips. I would start hemorrhaging, right? Or bleeding. And if I don't stop the bleeding, I will die. You understand? Even if it's not in an important area, if the blood is coming out and I don't find a way to hold it in, right? I'm going to die. And this is how the blood flows in our community. Right now, we are hemorrhaging. We're bleeding to death. All of our resources are flowing out. This is why you will have parasites that will come into our body. Y'all need to really think about this. You have parasites come into our body and set up a corner store. And this corner store will just basically feed off the blood of our people. Right? Our elders used to call them bloodsuckers of the people. They will set up because we have a free-flowing blood. And, we give our blood to everybody. It's okay if we bleed. There's no organism that can exist for too long if it's bleeding constantly. Family, we got to stop the blood flow. You know, yesterday we spent probably about, I'm scared to even estimate how much money we went out and spent. You know what I'm saying? But it's the blood flow. We just letting it flow. So we got to figure out how to close the loop. You understand what I'm saying? Close the loop. Your body sets up a defense to hold the blood in and to keep things that don't belong out. And that's what we have to do with our communities. You know what I'm saying? We got people coming in that don't belong, that don't have our best interests at heart. And it's to our disadvantage to continue to allow them in. They're not allowed. For those that are interested, lines are open because I ain't got to take the car back for a couple minutes. But hey, 614-556-4535. Lines are open. All right, so we toast the moment. And that's the lesson in the moment. All right, so we lift it up and we say Ashe. From there we move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. It's important, family, that we build. It's important that we build a legacy for our children. Hell for Africans are being forgotten. And if we are not worthy, or if we don't put our work in, our children will forget us, and they will start worshiping people that are not good for them. They'll start following people that are not good for them. Let me finish the toast because I want to tell y'all something about hip hop. So we lift it up and we say Ashe. All right, Ashe. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity. Ashe. We toast them now so they could toast us later. Ashe. Now next we toast all our relations. We toast the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds. We toast the winged. We toast those with fins. We toast the elements. We toast this entire universe, right? We salute it because it's all of it's working together as one unit that's keeping us alive. So we salute and we say Ashe, right? Last but not least, family, I toast your beautiful self. I toast you, right? For giving me the time to do what I do, right? I toast each and every last one of you for doing what you do where you are, because I know that if you tuning in here in some form of fashion, you're doing some nation building in some form of fashion, whether it's in a classroom, whether it's teaching teachers, whether it's driving a truck, whether it's, I don't know what most of y'all doing out there, but I know it got something to do with building up who we are, right? So I lift the glass and I salute each and every last one of you. And with that, I say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years. Hot damn. It's still young though. I still taste the tea and the honey. It's good, but it's not quite at that ambrosia stage yet. I see you bubbling. Get it together. Get it together. Man. Oh, God. I'm going to drink the green tea, too. I'm going to take a shot of that green tea because I figure if I could take a shot of liquor, take a shot of some drinks that's good for me as well. So, I was thinking this morning, and I was asking a question because I got a brother that's I got several brothers that's involved in the music industry, you know, on a smaller level. But as I went from Columbus to Akron yesterday, the music didn't change. And as I drive across the country as I used to do, drive around, the music nationally is the same. And I just was wondering, because at one point in time, do y'all realize that each community used to have, even each city used to have its own sound? And nowadays, you go places and everything sounds the same? Now, bring that back to hip-hop. They made it very easy for hip-hop. Well, let's put it this way. We made it easy for hip-hop to be jacked, but let's look at how it got jacked. what would have happened to our movement and our music if each city was putting up their artists? Like, for example, we're gonna have an hour variety show on the radio where we play nothing but local musicians, right? Because one of the things that I noticed that they did was, if you remember, those of you that's old enough, you remember like between 85 and 89, right? You know what I'm saying? You had all of this music coming out, and it was a different type of music. It was a different style of hip-hop, right? They made it easier for an individual to get fame and to get play by putting on ratchet ass gangster, keeping it real bullshit. So, in a sense, all of the conscious artists, all those that wanted to be conscious, was either pushed out or had to adjust, because nobody would even listen to them, because the major reason people wouldn't listen to them, because the opportunity for growth was not there. What if right now we petition some of these radio stations, or even started our own podcast, or we started promoting those positive groups, not just positive, but those balanced groups to through the internet, those local artists, because we all got them. We all, every city I've been to, local artists, somebody always got a tape, and then you always have that positive one who's always pushing, regardless of who buying or whatever. You always got that one that's trying to build, right? What would happen if we just started big upping them? We start purchasing their stuff. We start pushing it. Anubis says the so-called voice of New York City Hot 97 won't even play local talent. From what I understand, only the mumblecore stuff or trap, because they are working for an industry that, because think about this, family. I want you to think about the level of consciousness that was coming out during the golden age of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? And how do you combat that? Right? You don't just go directly and cut that shit off. You find a way to make what you want to be heard more popular. And if you got enough money to put behind it, you can do it. You can do it. Right? So it basically was hijacked. Right? And then on top of that, then I solidify the fact that the only people that we played on the stations are the ones that I promote. And I want to make sure all those ones that I'm promoting are talking about absolute bullshit. Let's keep it real. Right? So now, we know music, as I told y'all before, artists are the vanguards of the revolution. Where the artists go, the people flow. Right? Because the artists paint the future. The artists sing the future. They cook the future. They dance the future. They rap the future. They're throwing out this energy. So if you get control of the vanguard, because this is what, for those that don't understand, in war, what the vanguard does, it goes out and makes sure that there's no ambushes for the larger body of individual. Or sometimes they go out on missions to clear the way for the troops that are coming behind. If your enemy sent out a vanguard and you are able to trap the vanguard, or you are able to compromise the vanguard, what you do is you put the whole body of the military at jeopardy. Our vanguard was hijacked. Our vanguard was was ambushed. And some of our vanguard was turned against us, so they came back and brought us false information, called reality rap, called gangster rap, called keeping it real. And now we have a community full of people keeping it real. When the real that they're keeping it, it's not real at all. It's not real at all. It's a fucking illusion. Because all the ones that's buying them tapes, all of them don't have the shit or doing the shit that these individuals are talking about. the stories that these individuals are telling, because basically when it comes down to it, they're telling stories. And what stories are rocking our young people to sleep? Same thing with R&B. R&B went to wondering what somebody was talking about to knowing exactly what I got. You know what I'm saying? It's like it nowadays they leave nothing to the imagination. No, absolutely, positively nothing. And we wonder why we are where we are. Our vanguards have been turned against us. They're bringing back false information. They're destroying the people. Shouts out to Brother Shaka, C. Young, Hasbury. But you came on late, man. I'm about to get off right now. Even though the lines are open, right? And now, and this is what I mean by us investing faith in the wrong thing, right? Because some of the artists that we have put our faith into have in a sense sold us out for a bag of silver. Not even gold. See, and I want you to understand the importance of that symbolism, right? Because I want you to think about this. Judas betrayed Jesus not for gold, but silver. Gold was more valuable. Gold has always been more valuable. But he took the lesser. He sold them out for pennies. And we are still selling each other out for pennies. Is Shaka, you on the line? Who on the line? Somebody on the line breathing. Man, that was spooky, man. Oh, you got to let me know when you click in and say something, man. You just start breathing on the line. Hold on. Brother Anubis says, and some of the same people that helped usher in that are also now starting to complain that the music scene has changed. The music scene changed in the 80s. We're just feeling the ramifications of the change. The foundation for the mumble rap and all that shit was laid a long time ago, right? And the nonsense shit that's going on with the music. This is why it's hard for artists like Shaka to break into a thing, because he got a message. Nah, nigga, we don't want no messages. We just want to turn up. We just want to kick it. We don't want our music to tell us nothing. Now, go ahead, Shaka. It's on you. So what you gonna do?
Oh man, it's too early. I just jumped on the line. I don't even know the whole context of the thing.
All right, so
you talking about the
first I started talking about faith and placing faith in the wrong place. We did the toast, and then I had a thought about hip hop this morning. I just started sharing it. Right? Joe Berry say, go on YouTube and put in Buckeye Underground. Those are local artists, right? I just start, I'm talking about how artists are the vanguard of revolution, and I'm saying that a lot of our artists were hijacked. Well, let's put it this way: the first vanguard that we sent out, because if you remember the conscious era when we was going through hip hop, you had more of a balance, but now, as you look at it, it has been hijacked. That balance was hijacked, and now it's all this reality rap, all this, I'm telling it like it is, I'm keeping it gangster, blah, blah, blah. And it's almost like, they don't even care about where or their responsibility as artists, because it's almost like we don't believe in the power of story or the power of music or the power of the arts. We have forgotten that these are the very foundations that lead us to where we're going. The artists see the future before everybody else does. That is the gift of the artist. And they're able to express it. They're not only able to express what's going on now, they are also able to project into the future and tell us, look, it's bad right now, but hey, I see something better coming. You understand what I'm saying? This is the possibilities.
Oh.
That's what artists do, but go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, for those of us who have been paying attention, yes, the industry, the music in the industry has become more
better
monosyllabic and just numb in the sense of, the standards are driven way low, but at the same time, who listens to industry music anymore? The independent practice has become so large that if we pay attention, we can hear how the independent artists are getting of the new Underground Railroad. For example, the conversation we're having right now is the epitome of a message in the TV show Boondock. Right?
Right.
The way that they fart. The reason why those episodes are banned. Check out the banned episodes of Boondock when they're going all in on BET. The same thing you just said is what they farced like a decade ago, just to make people chuckle about these made by BET and their expectations and how they were behind dumbing down or lessening the integrity of music. And that's what I'd never heard the word monosyllabic before, and it never made me laugh so much before, because even back then, 10 years ago, it started to change that degree where it's like, we just want to take it down to this very tribal level of music where it's not affecting folks like the conscious era of hip hop. And look at the industry, look at the system's role in creating that industry and prohibiting, in a sense, artists to be able to teach, the more powerful messages and the deeper meanings in mainstream music.
And the beautiful part about the whole piece was they didn't limit it. You could still do it. You could have been in your basement doing it, but you wouldn't have had access, unless you had money, to the type of equipment that will be able to really help you get the message across. They didn't outlaw it. And then on top of that, we got to look at what our people were thirsty for at the time. Because like I said, we had a vanguard go out, and the vanguard was basically ambushed, and some of them, rather than die, decided to sell us out. I'm just saying, because you see what I'm saying, and came back and brought back a false message. We need to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? When out of everybody in the world, you know what I'm saying, we had, for some reason, we caught up in the illusion that we have made it. It's over. We have, you know what I'm saying, for a while, we was caught in that it's balanced and it's a fair playing field. You know what I'm saying? Because I got my job. It's balanced and it's fair. But it's always been linked against us. And the key piece that you got to, like, for example, when you conquer, you have to get rid of. You have to see when they talk about getting rid of culture, right? What they're talking about getting rid of is the storytellers, the artists, the dancers. You know what I'm saying? And then if any of you still exist, I got to make sure that you're doing it in a way, you're using the art in a way to lead the people to where I need them to be. So I don't have to make you do it. I can make it, hey, either you could be back there eating cereal with roaches coming out the box, or you could be sitting over here living in the lap of luxury. You can have access to this state-of-the-art studio, or you can stay in Pookie's basement and do your thing. But this is what I need. Brother, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But I need some more. You know what I'm saying? You got people in there to decide what comes out. But yo, Shaka, I got to get this car back. And I hate to cut the conversation short, but I want to get here on time so they give me all my money. I want all my money, you know. So, you know, it's hard times. It's hard times. But hey, I want to thank everybody. Go on to the Facebook page, check out, make sure I spell all of your ancestors' names right. I don't have it in any particular order, right? So I just picked up the names. Go and check it out. Let me know if you want to add some more so that I can know whether or not I might need to go and get me I might need to give me another ad. You know what I'm saying? But hey, family, I want to thank y'all. I got to get out of here. I got to get this car back. I got to get my kids ready because we got the Emoja Caramu at 1409 East Livingston Avenue today. For those that don't know, that's the Afrocentric Personal Development Shop on Livingston Avenue. We're going to be up in there. We're going to be eating. We're going to be feasting. We're going to be enjoying tribe building. You know what I'm saying? Talking about what we need to do to go to the next level. That's what I try to keep a lot of my conversations. What do we need to go? What do we need to do to go to the next level? Family, I pray that you're doing the same in your city. It don't take a lot of you. Please don't fall for the trap. It don't take a lot of you. It only take a few of you. And when a few of you come together and y'all practice that Umoja, that Kujichagulia, that Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kauba, and Imani, you practice those principles and you put them to work and you start saluting your ancestors, doors start opening. Because you cannot do the work in the universe. Once you start doing the work, what you're doing in the universe is you're creating a space. And what does the universe do with space? It strives to fill that space. So opportunity and challenges. Let me state that. Opportunity and challenges will come to you. And all you have to do is practice the principles to overcome the challenges and get to the opportunities. Let's build, family, because we got no choice. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got nobody but us. It's just us. You know what I'm saying? Chinese ain't going to help us. The Italians ain't going to help us. Germans ain't going to help us. Asians definitely ain't going to help us. It's just us. We all we got. We all we got. Pookie, help us. Grab my hand. Grab my hand. We got to work together. Because we all we got. All right, family, I'm out. And I need to let you know you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Damn. You're now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm trying to remember to keep the radio out. This is a Heart of a Simmer Productions. Of course, you know we just did the Daily Toast. We strive to blow up those old paradigms, and we finished before my daughters came downstairs. Peace to the family. Hopefully I see some of y'all over there at 11 o'clock. Peace out, fam. Go to Buckeye Underground on YouTube for some local artists. Drink your water. Drink your water. We out.